Welcome back to the No Fun Channel. I'm Felix, and this past weekend was the premiere of Captain America: Brave New World, and I got a chance to go see it, and I personally gave it a 7 out of 10, and my family gave it a 9 out of 10. The main reason I gave it a 7 out of 10 was the Black Widow storyline and the length of the movie. And I felt like there was a lot of characters they didn't do a lot with. I was expecting more. It felt like they were going to, and then they were like, we changed our mind. I don't know if a lot of times when that happens, usually studio execs stuck their hands in the mix and mess things up. The best part, like I actually already did a review on it, and I said I would have loved to see more of Isaiah Bradley, and a lot of people are saying the same thing. They wanted more Isaiah Bradley. Like, give us an Isaiah Bradley story, give him his own movie, something, and we're all on the same page with that. I definitely would love to see more of that. And then also, we were all on the same page that the Black Widow storyline was pointless. There was no reason to introduce that character, unless they were planning on doing something more with her, and they did nothing with her. If you remove the Black Widow storyline, it's still the same story. She served zero purpose. She's supposed to be based on a mutant character, and she doesn't even have any mutant powers. She's just a Black Widow, and she was pointless. And the actress was horrible. Her acting was so bad. And that's why I ended up giving it a 7 out of 10. If you remove her, I'd be more than happy to upgrade it to like an 8.5. And the only reason I wouldn't give it a 9 is because, like I said, they had a lot of characters they didn't do anything with. I can't remember the name of the one character. It was the black secret agent lady. The way they showcased her, I was expecting this for her to do more. And it was just like she was just there to be Sam's friend, maybe possible love interest, the way they kind of had it. But they really didn't do anything with her. She was just there. And then at one point, it kind of made it feel like maybe she's supposed to be the daughter, the surrogate daughter. But they didn't touch on that either. It's like, I saw another critic say, it was like they had a lot of ideas and then just threw them all in there, but then didn't follow through on them. And that's what it felt like. I said that in my review, just like, I thought they were going to do more with these characters. Like Falcon. I get why Falcon was in there, because they were introducing the new Falcon. But if you remove the Falcon storyline and just have the actor in there doing the tech stuff, it's still the same story. Falcon didn't take away or add to it. So my only problem with him is like they didn't do enough with him. I wish they would have done more with Falcon. But they had good chemistry on the screen, Captain America and Falcon. So that worked out. And they were doing like the whole mentor, I can't think of the words, mentor thing. My brain just froze on me. And Isaiah Bradley, the actor that played the character, he's an awesome actor. A lot of people don't realize he actually played a superhero character. He played the Mantis on Fox, which was a show I actually liked. Let me put it this way. I actually liked the movie they did first, but then they whitened it up when it went into production. They got rid of all the black characters except for him, and they brought in a different black female character. And yeah, they whitened it up, and to me, that destroyed the show. I wish they would have left it alone based on the movie. But this would be a great time to bring back the Mantis and have him on it. But yeah, it was just like, I couldn't believe how many characters they introduced and didn't do anything with. And some people complained about the Red Hulk. They should have kept that a secret. To me, it's not much of a secret. Everyone knows, anyone who's read comic books or knows anything about the Hulk knows that Ross becomes the Red Hulk. The only thing they did different was how he became the Hulk. And the way they introduced the leader. it's like they underutilized character. There's so much more they could have done, but I kind of see the storyline they were going for, and they just dropped the ball a little. But the amount of hate this movie got was unnecessary. People were trying to say it was unwatchable. It's the worst Marvel movie ever made. And I'll be honest, it was all based in racism. Because there are much, 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 much worse Marvel movies out there. So, yeah. And this one's on its way to like break box office records, which I'm happy for it. I hope it does. I hope it breaks all the box office records, Marvel box office records. Because, one, Anthony Mackie was a great Captain America. What's funny is I'm not so much an Anthony Mackie fan. Like, I can take him or leave him. But I was definitely more than happy to go and see him on the big screen as Captain America. Because I did like him in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then, when it became Captain America and the Winter Soldier. So I really did like that. And there were some cameos in there. Overall, it's a good movie. It's a fun, enjoyable movie. Take away, ignore all the other stuff and just go watch it. It's a fun, enjoyable movie to watch. Again, the main reason I took off points for the length is I'm not a 2-hour guy. That movie's an hour and 58 minutes, so basically 2 hours. I do not like 2-hour movies. I don't care how good it is. I start to get antsy. Like, it did keep my attention, but there were some scenes that could have been removed. Like I said, the Black Widow scenes, cut them all out, and it would have been great. Actually, if they cut out the Black Widow scene, they could have done more Isaiah Bradley. They could have done maybe more Falcon. A little combination of both. And if they cut her out, that would also have taken away some of the controversy, because apparently that actress has some views that people don't agree with. But honestly, I don't know anything about her views. Could care less, because she was just so horrible she shouldn't have been in the movie. It's just like, God. And I even said she must have called in some favors to get that part, or someone really likes her or something. But yeah, she didn't need to be in it. And if they, like I said, if they cut her out, that would have probably cut the run taken. She wasn't even really in it that much, which is also weird. And I think if they had just cut her out, that would have shaved off maybe about 5 minutes. I think it's about, I'm being nice on how much time she had. I think maybe she was up there for 5 minutes. And if they just cut that out, like I said, they could have done more Isaiah Bradley, more Falcon, maybe even the secret agent lady, give her more time, or they should have gave all those scenes to her. That would have made more sense. That would have fit. Because I don't know what they were trying to do with that kid. It just bugs me that they put her in there and then did, as far as I'm concerned, did absolutely nothing with her. So, yeah. And if they do keep the Black Widow character, I hope they recast her. They really, really, really need to recast her. But, yeah. I say go see it. I definitely recommend going to see Captain America. Go see it on the big screen. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. Just, you can tune out when the Black Widow character comes on, because like I said, you remove her, it's still the same movie. But otherwise, it's a good movie. I actually wouldn't remove the Falcon scenes. I'm just saying, I wish they'd done more with it, because it just dropped the ball on Falcon, to be honest, which is what it felt like. The actor was great. I had no problem with the actor. He was awesome. He was there. He was there for the paycheck. He was there to work. And Harrison Ford showed why he's a great actor. He put his all into it. And people were worried about Harrison Ford because, he's older and he's been kind of phoning it in. But he put the work in. And so really the only problem was Black Widow. I even in my review said, pull the movie, edit her out, and you still got the same movie. So, yeah. But, yeah. Oh, my God. But, yeah, I definitely loved it. I can't deny it. I have fun. I'll be honest. The main reason I loved it is because I went with my family, and they had fun watching it, and that made me happy. And this is definitely a movie you can take your family to. There wasn't a lot of, I don't recall a lot of cussing in the movie. Yeah, there was, actually, yeah, there wasn't a lot of cussing in the movie. So yeah, it's definitely a movie you can take your family to. They had fun. Everyone had fun. We enjoyed it. My wife did not fall asleep. She has a bad habit of falling asleep during movies. And she stayed awake and she watched the movie and we all enjoyed it. And I asked them what they rated. They all rated a 9. Oh, my daughter gave it a 9 because Sebastian Bucky made an appearance. That's the reason she gave it a 9. Otherwise, I think she would have gave it an 8. But yeah, we had fun. It's a great movie. Go see it. Ignore all those haters. Now, were there some people who legitimately didn't like it? Yes. And the problem was they're lumped in with the racists. And let's be honest, most of the hate for this movie is based in racism. Unfortunately, there's no way around it. There isn't. There's some popular critics on TikTok who just hated the movie. And what's even worse is that everyone knows they're racist. And they're still popular, unfortunately. These are the same people who loved The Flash, who thought The Flash movie was the best movie ever made. It's like, dude, if you're getting paid, just admit it. I have no desire to see The Flash. Just from the trailer itself, I have no desire to see The Flash. It just does not look good to me. Maybe one day, if I'm drunk enough, I'll sit down and watch it. But otherwise, yeah, no one in my house has a desire to watch The Flash. The Flash TV show, we used to watch. I used to watch it. My daughter would watch it with me. My son would watch it. Yeah, that was a good show. But the Flash movie, no desire to see it. Even before the whole Ezra Miller stuff, I had zero interest in seeing a Flash movie because it looked horrible to me. And yeah, so don't listen to those critics. They were hating to hate, which is sad. And the Rotten Tomato score also, I think those critics were hating to hate as well. Because fans are just going and seeing it and they're loving it. And what's funny is there are people now changing their mind because they see all the love that the movie's getting. And they're like, oh, you know what? I went and watched it again and I was wrong. Just think for yourself. I gave it a good review before all the other positive reviews blew up, so you can't say I'm jumping on the bandwagon. So yeah, I definitely wasn't jumping on the bandwagon and being like, yeah, it's a great movie. No, I actually went and saw it, gave it an honest review. To me, it was a 7. And it's the Black Widow. I really did not like her character. Every time she was on the screen, I was like, get her off. Her acting was just horrible. She was like deadpan too. And her acting was like, yes, Mr. President. And then when she was angry, yes, Mr. President. That's her anger? It's like, Jesus. It's like, who? Why was she in the movie? Anyways, let me move on. In the end, go see the movie. It's a good movie. You'll enjoy it. Unless you're racist, then you won't enjoy it. If you're one of the people, that's not my Captain America. Well, I got news for you. You don't know anything about Captain. I'm not even a comic book reader, and I know Sam Wilson became Captain America. So, yeah, he is your Captain America, actually. If you know anything about Captain America, he is your Captain America. Get over it. All right. I actually got my little list here. Man, I that just pissed me off because when I first started seeing the reviews, like, what is going on? And then I quickly saw the people who were giving the reviews, like, oh. And that my first thought was, you racist pieces of crap. You're purposely trying to sabotage this movie. I hope it backfires. And so far, it has. To me, stop giving these racist critics a platform. Seriously, they're not real critics. They're horrible, horrible critics. And every movie you like, they hate. And every movie you hate, they love. It's like, what is going on? And it used to be, you know what's funny is back in the 80s and 90s when critics were big on TV, that was a big thing where the critics would hate the movie you liked and vice versa. The most popular critics were Siskel and Ebert. Here's the thing with them. The reason so many people liked them is because even though they didn't like a movie, they would still say, see it for yourself and you determine. They'd give their opinion, their review, and they'd be like, go see it for yourself to verify, if you like it or not. But as for us, we pass. And if I do reviews, that's how I try to do it. That's why a lot of times I don't give it like a score. This is the first time I can recall ever giving a score. I mainly just did it to give an idea of where I thought it stood. And like I said, it would have been an 8 if you got rid of Black Widow. But yeah, the movie, these critics, they're so blatantly racist. And it just irks me. And they're purposely trying to sabotage any black-led film. And it's primarily black-led films. They're trying to sabotage them and hurt people. They're trying to hurt people's livelihood. And it's like, you're so racist. It's pathetic. But moving right along. Let me move along. I'm back at the gym finally. My last podcast I mentioned I threw my back out. Last Sunday I threw it out. And the whole week I was just agonizing pain. Today I made it, and I even did back workout. And I think the back workout, kind of wonder if I should have went back to the gym sooner and just did back workouts, because I feel so much better now. Because I still had a little twinge in my hip, and I think I finally got rid of it. Because I did more for the lower back. I really went to town on it, and I think that worked. I feel so much better. Now here's the thing: I say that, then tomorrow morning I'm stiff as a brick. I won't be able to move. Because usually if I get a good back workout, I'm usually a little stiff in the morning. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But right now, I feel great. And I didn't do full body like I wanted to. I wanted to get back to doing full body workouts 3 days a week. I had no energy. Oh, you know what? I should have drank that energy drink I got. Tomorrow, I'm going to go do legs. I didn't do shoulders. Any shoulder exercise. Well, I did the pull downs. That was more back. But I didn't do any shoulder exercises. I was just tired. I finished up pull down. Then I went to arms. I didn't do forearms. I'll do forearms tomorrow. I got my weights in my office here. I'm staring at it. I'll just pick my weights up, do them during work. Do like 1,000 sets or something. But tomorrow I'll go do my legs and do the treadmill. And I am so happy I did the treadmill today. The reason I'm happy I did the treadmill is because I've been doing incline 5 for 6 minutes. And usually I have to go down in speed. I'll do 2.3 and have to go down to 2. Trying to jump back and forth. Today, I put it on 2.3 and I kept it there. I was so proud of myself. And one of the things I adjusted was my gait, my walk, and I was able to do it. So I'm trying to decide. I'm not increasing the speed or changing anything right now. I'm waiting till March. But when March rolls around, I'm trying to decide, do I increase the speed or keep the speed? Because my goal is to get it to incline 15. So what I might do instead is keep it at the speed, keep it for 6 minutes, and get it to incline 15. And then when I can do 6 minutes at incline 15 at 2.3, I'll increase the time. And I'll get it up to 12 minutes at 2.3. And then once I'm able to do it at that, I'll increase the speed. So I got it kind of worked out in my head. I got to stick with that. I think as long as I keep doing that, that'll help with my cardio and everything. Then as for weights, I need to... I'm gonna lie, I want to start taking steroids. I'm not. But I'll die the first time I take it probably. I have a heart attack or something. But yeah, I really want to build up my chest. So I want to start doing chest exercises at home, like a light chest exercise at home as well. And I really want to fatigue the hell out of my chest because I want to get rid of the man boobs. That's my big goal. I'm not too worried about the rest of me. It's just these chests. I want to build up my chest, get that fixed. Then, and of course, lose the weight. I want to drop the weight. I've already started going down. I'm going to weigh myself this Friday. Hopefully, I'm back below 370. I want to get all the way down to 365 or 3 by Friday. I'd love to drop another 5-10 pounds by Friday. But I know I got to push myself and I got to watch what I eat, which I've been focused on. And I'm trying to eat more lean meats, not as much fat. Haven't been doing fast food. Doing the proteins. Trying to do all that. Even cut back on carbs a little. Not 100%, but enough to where I now I'm not eating as much carbs. And I just got to stay focused. And I'll get there. Probably could have got there last year if I stayed focused. But I could not get my eating together. So this year is to focus on eating and get it down, get it right. Oh man, I gotta remember to call, get a new doctor. I keep forgetting to do that. So hopefully I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, I definitely want to get it down, get in shape. I don't necessarily need to be ripped, but I definitely want to get rid of the gut and get rid of man boobs. So that's where I'm at right now with working out. And tomorrow, my wife may go with me. Hopefully she goes with me again. I'll be honest, I don't like going to the gym with my wife because I've gotten so used to doing it by myself. I go in, I stay. I kind of wonder if I went by myself because in my brain also I'm thinking, oh, I got my wife with me. And I felt like I was keeping her there. And I don't want to tell her that. I don't want to discourage her. And I hate that feeling of feeling like she was being a burden to me. And, you know, and she wasn't. And I enjoyed helping her get through a workout. But it did slow me down. I think that's what it is. It slowed me down. And I do still have this mentality when it comes to her and working out. I don't like helping her because for years, and I mean years, we would start working out together. We'd be on a roll, and then she would just quit. And no matter what I did, I couldn't get her back to doing it. And that kind of took a toll on me to where I didn't want to work out anymore. And it just messed with my head. But now I'm on a roll, and I want to stay on that roll, and I can't let her not want to work out get my way. But she, like I said, if you watched any of my videos, she's lost a lot of weight. She's lost basically 2-3 people. She's lost a lot of weight. She still has a few pounds to go she wants to get to. She used to be bigger than me. Now she's smaller than me. And don't get me wrong. I kind of liked it when she was bigger than me. I have my reasons. I like big girls. I like small girls. Oh, hold on. I like big women. I like small women. I like women all shapes and sizes. And we had fun. But me and my son were talking about sabotaging her because since she got skinny, she got all this energy and she wants to go places. It's like, my son's like, I want to stay and play video games. I was like, well, then you need to help me sabotage your mom. We're not really going to do that. But we were joking around. We even told her, like, yeah, we're going to sabotage her. We're tired of going places. But yeah. Yeah, it's like, I don't want her to think that she's a burden because she started going back to the gym long before I did. But then I started going and she quit. It was like, did you quit because I started going? What the hell? But yeah, it's nice to go with her. I wish I had a real workout partner in the sense that I lift much heavier weights than she does. And when I'm doing a bench press, if something goes wrong, she is not getting that off of me. But I'm working on it. I'm only able to do 120 right now. I think I'm going to be stuck at 120 for a while because when I was doing it, something was wrong with my shoulder. And my thumb, this finger was doing like a twitching thing. When I got done, I was like, what the hell? So I don't know if I damaged something or pulled something or what, but it was not fun. But yeah, I'm just glad I'm back out there working out. Wow, it's 24 minutes. I had a lot to talk about. It was the Captain America. That's something I was trying to do. Also, is like get a topic, talk about it. Because I tried to do that once before. Where I was going to spend 10 minutes on each topic. Then lately, I haven't been doing that. So I want to try to get back into doing that. Like this thing, I noticed TikTok. I see more stuff on TikTok. Well, Reddit too. I'll see stuff on Reddit or TikTok first. Then I'll see it in the news and think, oh crap, that was real. Like there was the thing where like the husband and stepdad and dad got into an argument. I think it was the stepdad shot the dad. When I first saw it, I thought, oh my God. And for some reason in my brain I'm thinking, well, this has got to be old. I haven't heard anything about this in the news. And next day it's in the news. Like, oh my God, it was real. People post that stuff online first and then you see it in the news. And the reason I've talked about that before, but the reason I brought it up again, because there was the Green River Tunnel. Oh, where was that? Give me a second. let's see, Green River Tunnel where is Green River? Wyoming. There was a fire in the tunnel, and I think last I saw, I think 3 were dead. Death toll. So it looked like 3 people lost their lives. There was a fire in the tunnel, and the video I saw is a semi driver kicking the window out and trying to get out the semi. And when I first saw it, I was like, what the hell am I watching? So I decided to go online and Google it, and it was like, oh my God, this is happening like right now. Yeah. And the guy posted his video, so I'm assuming the guy got out alive and posted it, because there are times when people's stuff get posted after they're dead. So there is that. And that made me think of the time when I was watching a video of this guy talking about outrunning the police in his pickup truck, and he died. And whoever posted the video from his car, and the video from, now they didn't have all the video from his car, because I'm assuming it got destroyed, because that truck got totaled. But you see the video for the police car chasing, and when the police car comes around the bend, the truck is totaled, and he's halfway out the truck, halfway in, and it's basically like this, like it's a ball almost, with the tail still out there, but the cab is gone, and his body is like hanging out halfway. And I saw that, it showed the body. Now, if you find video footage of it, it's blurred out, but I saw the raw footage, and I was like, oh my God, like, is this real? And then it was in the news, and it's just like, wow. And yeah, it's amazing how much faster you get information on social media, but you got to be careful, because a lot of the information you get is fake. I would say almost 50%. Loud car going by. That's something else. I'll talk about that here in a second. I'm going to say 50%, maybe more, is fake, and especially with AI stuff now. You got to be careful. But yeah, it's really interesting how quickly you can see something on TikTok, Reddit, or any other social media platform, and then see it on the news. Like, I saw a video, I want to say it was my cousin posted it, and I saw the video. I was like, what the hell am I looking at? The guy's like moving feet around. And then later it was in the news that guy live streamed on Facebook where he killed his girlfriend and her boyfriend or something like that. And I think the kids the kids were in the other room. He didn't kill the kids or something like that. It was like, first of all, who decided to re-upload this? No. And secondly, the fact that people were in awe of it, that's another thing. They talk about Gen X kids being desensitized or millennials being desensitized because of movies and TV. I think Gen Z is more desensitized to that stuff than we ever were. They see it so much more, and it's so easier to get to. And I think they just like it's life. They don't care. And I won't say all of them are like that, but yeah, I think Gen Z and possibly Gen Alpha are way more desensitized, just because it's so easy to get a hold of those videos now. It's so easy to just Google it and Death Crash and it'll pop up. They're on YouTube, they're on TikTok, they're on everywhere. So yeah, I mean, it's still interesting that you can see this stuff first on TikTok and everything else before it's on the news. But then on the other hand, we're all more desensitized to it. Let's be honest about it. And I just find that interesting overall, the reaction, the impact social media has had on us being desensitized to stuff like that, and how quickly we can see that stuff now on the news or online before we see it on the news. So yeah, that's what made me think of that again, because that video popped up on my TikTok. I was like, oh my God. And I'm reading the comments, and it's happening right then and there. And then I went, and now the news is getting better at getting caught up, because I think they probably have like a social media. Most of them have social media teams now that just scour social media looking for stuff to see if it's real or not. And then they run with it. And that's where also the news gets in trouble, because sometimes they run with it without verifying, and then they find out, oh, this is all fake. So there is that. But something else that caught my attention, like there are women who I think are attractive but are not considered attractive. Like, I wouldn't even consider them attractive, but the reason I found them attractive is because of their personality. Like, I've worked with girls who, face-wise, were not attractive, but overall were attractive. And personality can go a long way in making you appear attractive. Like, me, I was not a talkative person, and for the longest time, now here's the thing, I don't think I'm ugly anymore, because I've had enough people call me cute, or enough women actually check me out. So it's like, oh, I guess I am cute. I'm cute enough that I'm not ugly. And it doesn't hurt that I now have a good personality. I think in high school, I just didn't want to be bothered with people. The truth is, when I went to school, my main focus was just to get out of school. I didn't want to do anything with anyone. I just wanted to be free of school, go do my thing. And once I was out, my personality changed. And I think that helped a lot. But even in school, when I wasn't around girls I was going to school with, like if we went on trips and stuff, girls from other schools would see me and think I was cute. And that's when I realized, oh, it's just the people I'm around that don't think I'm cute. So I just dismissed them altogether. And I just went from there. And once I realized that and I moved away, I was getting girls left and right. And then I moved back. What's funny is I moved back and then met my wife. Because I think moving away helped a lot to where I was more confident. But at the same time, there are people, men and women, who, when you look at them, if you were just to look at them without knowing their personality, you right off would think, oh, they're not very attractive. You may even think they're ugly. And then once you get to know them, it's like, oh, wow, you love being around them, you like their personality, stuff like that. And there's a lot of people who are not conventionally attractive who men love, who women love, women love, men love. And when you stop and think about it, it's the personality. That's why like stand-up comedians always get to, you always hear about, there are huge groupies for stand-up comedians, especially the males. The males have tons of stand-up. The males have tons of groupies. The females, whether they were in stand-up or not, would probably still have guys chasing after them. But as for the guys, most of the guys are not attractive, but they have girls left and right. And it's because, you make a girl laugh, you're in there. And I even learned to make girls laugh too, and I'd be in there. And I think that helped a lot, like I said, with my confidence and stuff. And what's funny is if I had a little drink, I was really confident. And girl, you better watch out. But yeah, it was, what made me think of that is that I saw this girl who I didn't think was very attractive, but I thought, oh man, she'd probably be awesome to hang out with. She'd probably be a great girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. But I'm married. And so this was just something I noticed, and I was just like, huh. But also at the same time, if I was ever single, I would never date again. I have no desire to do any of that stuff again. I probably wouldn't even try to, like, one night stands, man. I just like, forget it. Because so many people out there are crazy and just out of their mind. But I just thought that was interesting how we can find someone attractive who's physically not attractive. Like, we can find them attractive even though we don't physically find them attractive, and even possibly even want to do more with them. And I just think that's interesting. That's something that's been going on forever, since men and women have been around. I just think it's interesting. And it also made me think of something else. There was this guy who posted a video where he was at a bus stop, and a butch lesbian pulled up next to him. She sat down next to him, and they both locked eyes. He said, for longer than we probably should have. And she goes, Mama, I'm feeling you, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what? She thought I was a girl. I was like, oh my God. And he did have some feminine features, but not to the point where I would have thought he was a girl. I was like, oh my God. It's like, that was hilarious. And he was just like distraught over it. It's like, I'm not a girl. So yeah, so I thought that was interesting. But just goes to show, even though he had some clearly manly features, she was still attracted to him. So, maybe she's not as much of a lesbian as she thought. But I think I'm going to wrap it up here. One more thing. Saturday Night Live celebrating their 50th anniversary. And basically, I'm almost 50. Me and Saturday Night Live have been around for almost the same amount of time. which is interesting. But Tom Hanks, apparently MAGA is mad at Tom Hanks for portraying his racist character again on Black Jeopardy. And just from what I saw, he wasn't even on there that long, unless I missed part of the skit. I saw that Eddie Murphy was on there, and then I saw him, and he really didn't do anything. So I was like, what are you guys mad about? You're just mad to be mad. But yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, I need to sit down and watch the Saturday Night Live special. It looked like I've been seeing bits and pieces, and it seemed pretty good, pretty interesting. So maybe I'll sit down and watch it and reminisce. I know a lot of people turned down going back for the 50th. I mean, if I haven't been on there for a long time, I'd probably be like, yeah, I'm not coming back. I haven't been on there for 40 years, you know. Some people have gone back. Some people were like, no, I'm good. But I guess it depends on what kind of relationship you had back then. Because from what I understand, Lorne Michaels can be difficult to work with. But overall, I still remember staying up late. When I was younger, I would try to stay up late and watch Saturday Night Live. A lot of times I would fall asleep and miss it. But then as I got a little older, I was able to stay up and watch it. And I remember having fun watching it. So Saturday Night Live turning 50. So, I'm getting tired. So, like I said, I want to wrap it up here. I don't think I said at the beginning, don't forget to like and subscribe. I just want to put this out there also for weight loss. You know, you didn't gain any weight overnight. You're not going to lose it overnight unless you do some stuff to help speed it along. You got to be careful if you do that. And I'm not just talking surgery. You know, I'm talking about using drugs in general. Those drugs can have some side effects you didn't see coming, like that Ozempic. People are regretting using it now. Some people have gained back the weight, and some people have had some like kidney issues, I think, and some other issues that they didn't see coming. And I'll be honest, I kind of saw that coming because that drug was not meant for that. It was meant for diabetes. Also, if you do get the surgery again, you know, if you ever watched 600 Pounds, or even before that, I knew this. It is a shortcut, and it's a band-aid for a bigger problem. And the problem is this: if you don't address this, the mental aspect of it, why are you that big? Because I watch some of these shows, and I'm just like, I'll be honest, I have no sympathy for them. I'm a big guy too, and I have no sympathy for myself in the sense that I got this big because I was lazy. I didn't have anything traumatic happen. I just got lazy, got less active, and as a result, I was still eating like I was in my 20s and being active, where I wasn't active anymore. So with that in mind, I know the reason why I'm fat. And these people in these shows, and not just the shows in real life, also is that they're delusional as to why they're fat. I don't eat that much. Yes, you do. And that's like that girl with the Lyft driver. She actually says she doesn't eat that much. I don't understand why people say that. Like, one time I was like, well, I don't eat that much. And I was like, and I took stock in my head. I was like, see, well, I gotta eat that much or I wouldn't be this big. So I'm thinking about what I eat. And what it was is that I necessarily didn't always eat breakfast or lunch, but at dinner, I would make up for it. So that's where the problem was. And also, there's a thing where they say you can kick your body into starvation mode where it will store everything. So I was eating big at dinner and then my body would just store it. But now that I have fixed that, you know, the weight is coming off. I haven't gone back up to 388, thank God. But I was up there in the highest 370s again and getting down. Me personally, I don't want to get the weight loss surgery mainly because I don't want to have surgery. My wife got the surgery, and so far she's got the surgery a couple years ago, and she's kept it off. But there are times where I'll say something to her, and she gets mad. But I was like, "You're eating like you're still fat, and you're not fat anymore. You need to stop doing that." And she'll still load up her plate. And I'm like, "Why are you loading up your plate?" And when we go out to eat, I've gotten mad at her for when we go out to eat because she's wasting money. She's not eating that food anymore. She's like, "You don't eat like that." Well, you can eat it. I was like, I don't want to eat it. I'm trying to lose weight. And she gets mad at me when I do it, but at this point, I actually don't care when it comes to eating out. If we're eating out and you're wasting food, don't do that. And it got to the point where I said we can kind of share meals if you get something I want and I get something you want, like say there's two things and we both kind of, I want to try that too, and then we'll share. Well, that backfired because I didn't want to get something. I was like, I don't want that again. I want to get this. She said, but I want half of that. I said, well, then you're getting this? No, I'm getting this. And it's like, I gave in. I was like, fine. And I regretted it. I was like, pretty much I'm not doing that again. Because it was supposed to be a compromise on both parts, and she didn't compromise. So I might do that one time, and then that's that. I've done that before I even got married. Like, okay, this one time, and then if they don't do it the next time, it's like, nah, we ain't doing that. But yeah, because I was trying to figure out ways to help her to stop eating like she's still fat. For the longest time after she lost the weight, she moved like she was still fat. And I said, why are you moving like that? You're not fat anymore. And I think when I said it to her, she stopped moving like she was fat. Seriously, she did. But she was still like, when she would go upstairs, she kind of lumber as she went upstairs when she was fat. And she was still, I was like, you're not fat anymore. And she just goes up the steps. She goes down the steps. And she I think what I call fat brain, because she still sees herself as fat. She's gotten better. Oh, she discovered she had collarbones. She never saw her bones before, like right here in her neck and stuff. I used to be able to see mine, but I can't see mine no more. But yeah, she was like, what is that? I was like, that's your bones. And she like touching her face like, that's your bones. And it's like, oh my God. I did tell her I do miss her chubby face, because that's the face I met her under. She was chubby when I met her, and that's the face I fell in love with. And I still love her, but it took some getting used to her new face. I watched it change gradually, and it's just like, that's not the same face. And when her face changed, cause that made me think of a TikTok story where the wife went and got plastic surgery after the husband said, what are you doing? Don't get plastic surgery. And he kept telling her, why are you getting plastic surgery? Don't get plastic surgery. And because she kept trying to make it like she was doing it for him. And he's like, don't do it for me. And he was like, I love your face the way it is. And she goes and does it. And he's like, And he didn't like it. Whatever she did, he didn't like it. He told her, and she didn't understand why he didn't want to be with her anymore or be intimate with her anymore. And the problem was her face had changed. And and he tried to tell her multiple times, it's going to take time for me to get used to the new face. And she's talking about going to go and get it put back. It's like, no, they'll probably just make it worse. And come to find out, it was her mother and her sister who was in her head convinced her that if she didn't do it, he was going to leave her for someone younger. And it's like, and he told her, all right, here's the deal. 1, don't get no more surgeries. 2, you got to cut your mother and sister out. Go low contact. He said, you don't have to go no contact, but low contact. And pretty much even then is like, it's monitored, which I don't blame in that situation. So for me, it took me a moment to, like, she's still the same person. It's just, it wasn't the same face. Like I said, I still love her. And I can see, it's like she has a completely different face. And it's so interesting how a face can change so much when you lose weight. Like my face, I used to look at it and I see my fat face. And I used to have a much slimmer face. And I don't have that face anymore. So if I can lose the weight, I'll go back to how I used to look. So we'll see if I can get this weight off. Man, I'm supposed to be cutting this off. I already said don't forget to like and subscribe. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Everyone take care. Later.